Hello and welcome. We are happy you are joining us for our session to learn more about NewsBank's genealogy database, HeritageHub. My name is Adam Blackwell. I'm a Vice President of Product Management here at NewsBank, and I'm going to show you around HeritageHub and help you get the most out of it. I'm going to share my screen now and go off camera. This is the homepage of HeritageHub. As you can see from the description, HeritageHub is a database that contains obituaries, death notices, and news articles about people who have died. There are two main kinds of search you can do in HeritageHub. The simplest kind is when you know the person you're looking for. If you're lucky, this person will have a distinctive name, and all you'll have to do is fill in one or both of the first and last name fields. So let's look for Buster Stevenson. Just filling in those two names, those two fields, will give you a very manageable result set of just 4. Anyway, if the person you're looking for has a more common name, let's say Mary Smith, then you're going to get an awful lot of results, too many to scroll through very easily. So to narrow down your result set, to get something that's easier to scroll through, you have a couple of options. One is sticking with this search form here and adding more information. Now, as we already saw with the first search, none of these fields is required. They're all technically optional, and you just put in whatever information you think will be helpful. So if you know the year that this Mary Smith died, you could put that in. If you know something else about her, then you could use this keywords field. So the keywords field is exactly what the name suggests it is. It's a field where if you put in words, you're instructing HeritageHub to only give you documents containing those words. So what kind of things could you put in the keywords field? There's really all sorts of things. If you knew Mary Smith's middle name, for example, you could put that in. If you knew the city she was born in, you could put that in. The state she died in, the university she attended. If you knew a profession, you could put that in. If she was your old physics teacher, you could put that in the keyword field. So let's actually just go ahead and put in physics and see what that gives us. And run the search again. And as you can see now, we're down to 14 results. So that's pretty manageable, I would say. Let's go ahead and remove physics from the keyword field, because I'm going to show you another way to narrow down a result set. And that involves running the search and then using the filters or facets or navigators on the left. So as you can see now with Mary Smith, we've got an awful lot of results. We've got over 60,000. It would take a very long time to go through all of those. So what can we do to make it more manageable? Well, the first thing you could do is you could narrow down the date. So again, if you know that roughly the period where Mary Smith you're looking for died, you could narrow that down. So for example, if I know she died between say 2010 and 2019, I can just adjust this little slider, hit apply, and now I'm down to 10,000 results, which is still a lot, too many to scroll through comfortably, but we're getting closer. So obviously if you have a more specific knowledge of the date of death, then you can keep filtering this down further. Another thing you could do, if you knew, for example, that she lived in North Carolina, then we could look for sources from North Carolina which contain obituaries or death notices for Mary Smith. So here we go. Here's North Carolina. I'm going to select that and apply it. And this takes me down to 636 results, which again is still a lot of results. So maybe you're interested in looking for obituary in a particular newspaper in North Carolina. Maybe you know what the local newspaper would be. So here's one, Winston-Salem Journal, North Carolina. I'm going to click on that. And now I'm going to see only those death notices and obituaries that were in this particular North Carolina newspaper. And as you can see, we're now down to 39, which is pretty manageable. So far, we have looked at cases where we have known who we're looking for. Now, there are going to be some use cases where you don't actually know the name, the person you're looking for, because you're not actually looking for a particular individual. It may be that you're looking for a class of people or people who have something in common. So, for example, if you were interested in reading obituaries of people who died in the September 11th attacks, for example, you could get a good start by limiting the year of death to 2001 and then putting in the keywords field the term World Trade Center. And that, as I say, would give you a good start. It may be that you're interested in people who have died who graduated from a particular university. And in that case, probably wouldn't put in a death year, but I will put in the University of Michigan. Now, you'll note when I run this search that I have put University of Michigan in quotes. And that's for very sort of normal search reasons. If I didn't put them in quotes, then I would probably get a lot of results from people who attended different universities, for example, Michigan State or Eastern Michigan University, or really any other university in Michigan. It's only by putting it in quotes that I can say, just give me the ones where the phrase, the term University of Michigan is returned, and therefore likely that I'm going to get what I want, i.e. death notices and obituaries from people who have attended University of Michigan. Now, let's look at a popular feature in HeritageHub. And this is one that's designed to save you a lot of time and also to make sure that you don't miss any records that you're interested in. And this feature is alerts. So as you know, I just ran a search keyword University of Michigan. I've got a lot of results, obviously. If I click on this link here, create alert, then I'm going to get the option to add an email. So I'm going to put in my email. And then you see here, frequency field, I'm going to select once a week. And then you see day of the week. It's selected for Sunday. I'm going to leave it as Sunday. Okay, what I have done there, what I have just done is I have, well, done it now that I've clicked on the button, create an alert. I have created an alert for obituaries or death notices containing the phrase University of Michigan. And I've said that once a week, I want to receive an email with all of these new obituaries and death notices in. So to be clear, on Sunday, what I'm going to get is I'm going to get a list of all of the new obituaries and all the new death notices of people who have University of Michigan in the document. Every time I receive an email, and it's going to be once a week on Sundays, I'm going to get all the new records that have been added since the last time the alert was run. In addition to creating an alert, you can also save a search. And as you know, I have just run a search for keyword equals University of Michigan in quotes. Now, I can save that search, and then next time I come back to the product, I can rerun it by simply clicking on a link. So here's how I do it. I click on the save search, which is right by the create alert. Now, I already have an account, but let me show you how to create your own account. And you're going to want to do this so you can know where to go and access your saved searches. So it's very simple, and you have to do it once. You create a personal folder. I'm going to go ahead and just save it to a different email. In my first and last name, put in a password and create account. And there we are. So now I have my own personal folder, and if I click on Save Search, I can see all of my saved searches via this link. I've only got the one of them because I just created the account. But if I click on this, it will run the search and it will give me everything. But unlike an alert, which will give you new records automatically, a saved search, when clicked on, will give you all the records. And again, you have to click on it yourself. It won't happen automatically. So that was a pretty simple search, keyword equals University of Michigan. If I wanted to run that search again, it would be pretty straightforward and quick just to go back to the search form and type in again University of Michigan in the keyword field. Wouldn't save me much time, if any, to save that search and go into my save search folder and click on it to run it again. However, when you have more complex searches, then in that case, it can save you quite a bit of time to save the searches and just automatically run them when you click on the link. So for example, if I wanted people who have a connection to the University of Michigan, but I wanted to see only those obituaries or death notices published in sources within the state of Michigan, then I can add that filter or navigator by clicking on Michigan. And I don't know, let's say I'm interested in people who have the last name Smith only. Okay, now I can run this search again, and you can see the results have been filtered down to people with the last name Smith and to sources from within the state of Michigan. And now if I click on Save Search, it's going to save that. And so when I come back, I don't have to click on those filters, add the other fields. I can simply go to the Save Search, and it's going to be the top one. I'm going to run it again, and there you have it, 499 results. That's basically it. If you have questions about HeritageHub, how to use it, or really any other questions, please feel free to contact us and we will get back to you. Thank you for your time.